Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to today's live trading session FOMC special, even though that's technically not till later on, and we won't be doing a live trading session then, but it's with myself, Russell, and to my left my beautiful assistant Sinu. So let me just start this. I never even started the TikTok, so it's all gone wrong once again. So if you just joined us, guys, from TikTok.
So once again, guys, this is my turn.
Russell, Sinu, happy days, job done.
all right. So guys, let us make this live session very quick, because I don't want to take your time if you guys are watching this session. And
look at this sun today.
Yeah,
I've been burnt out. Look, my face is on fire. Look, like I did ask the management to buy some blinds, but apparently it's they've already spent their blind budget this year, and I'm gonna have to wait until April to the new fiscal year, and then put in a claim for some blinds. So if you see that my face is blown out a bit, then maybe I can send you a GoFundMe page, and you can maybe we could do a GoFundMe page for blinds, couldn't we?
Okay.
Is that a good idea, do you think?
Yeah, that would be a good.
But
nowadays
everyone could chip in for a set of blinds for us.
We can't even let's say.
So we're going to be looking at a few markets today. I know Sinu loves the gold, so all you gold lovers will be relishing in the fact that we're probably going to be looking at gold. Let me bring up his laptop now. There it is.
All right.
Happy
so guys,
days.
as said, Russell was mentioning about the blind spot,
completely in the wrong.
What happened?
Format. Well, I don't know. You carry on talking. I'll sort all this out.
Okay, all right, guys. We'll be quickly looking at what is in it for us for the FOMC, and what are the possibilities and the probabilities with respect to gold, DXY, and BTC, FTSE, and USD, JPY, Nasdaq, cable, and Euro USD. So we'll go through one by one, and I'll be able to give you the reasons and the plans which we have already created it, but at the same time let's do a top-down approach so that you can keep it for your reference. You might be able to go through the video which I have already posted in the channel, so that in the community also I have posted on Sunday, so that plan remains same. So those who have watched that video, it will be much more easy for you to understand it. If you haven't watched that video, please don't worry. Make sure that you stay along with the charts, along how we discuss, and if you have any doubts, clarifications, please do let me know. And last but not least, as always, consider this just an educational purpose and the way I'm looking at the charts within liquidity and imbalances. Now, looking at first dollar basket index, or the DXY, you can clearly see that market have already did a strong consolidation followed by manipulation, and the entry for the 50% of that manipulation have already completed, and the first target is still, let's say, left. Usually this zone, this particular area, if it was taken this imbalances and then tapping downside, then I would have gone completely on the DXY weakening narrative. But for me, I still look for a DXY strengthening narrative first and foremost for the FOMC. So Russell, could you please tell me what could be the fundamental scenario if dollar has to strengthen?
Sorry? I'm looking at these charts. Okay. Sorry, do the question again.
Okay, the question is simple. If dollar has to strengthen,
yes,
what has to be the outcome for today?
So they need to cut rates.
Cut rates, right?
Yeah, cut basis rates, but we don't know obviously how much they're going to cut them by yet. We almost 80% it was 86%.
86% yesterday.
Let's have a look on
Dot plot.
Actually, so they can see it here. Type in CME Fed Watch.
Fed Watch.
Yeah. And then go to there. And then what's it telling us? Scroll down.
89%.
Oh, so that's up. It was 86% yesterday. Now it's 89%.
89%. It says that Fed is gonna cut the rates.
Yeah. So it almost seems like everything is priced in. The only way we could probably see some decent moves from the decision is maybe in the speech afterwards. But you know, Powell is very good at keeping a straight face. You know, it just depends. There could be some movement if the dot plots change to last year, but we were doing a podcast on Monday and Chris seemed to think that the end of year decision doesn't hold as much value as the next decision.
Okay.
So it might be an underwhelming it might be a completely underwhelming Fed decision and movements today if you guys were hoping to catch some moves. But you know, look, you never know.
Yeah,
so,
true.
I mean, last year everyone was expecting after the Fed decision a rally on the markets, but unfortunately that didn't happen because of Powell and
3 to 6%, 3% down on S&P on last year, right? Yeah. So let's say, technically looking at the DXY or the dollar basket index, the market is priced in such a way that if I look on the 20 days time frame, this target haven't met, and I'm looking for the longer targets as we have discussed. Like market has to push at least towards this target, which is 12,893 levels on a 20-day basis. But even on the weekly basis, market has to come back and push the price in. Even on a daily basis, you can see that buyers have recently started this push, and first leg and the second leg. So we did 20-day, we did weekly, and we did daily biases with respect to DXY. So all of this narrative, what we are going to discuss next, is directly proportional with respect to the DXY and the dollar basket index. So now if I take the similar narrative on the gold, we have had a solid symmetrical triangle followed by consolidation, manipulation, and the distribution. Even yesterday we had a kind of a consolidation in London session, Asia session, and post that we had a London session manipulating both the sides. A 50% retracement on this manipulation happened, followed by a push towards hunting this liquidity, but sellers are dominating the market. But there is a small trick or small tricky challenge which I am observing here. The market has to push beyond 4184 in order for at least 100 points move drop, which is 4184 to 4084 in my opinion. Why I am saying that? Because if you look at the charts, if you clearly looking at the model, this is what market want to interpret for the retail traders is basically after the consolidation we have a manipulation and structure is supporting these levels, which means initially I won't be surprised if the price is pushing on the upside and any closure. So if you do Wyckoff analysis, let's say we can consider this as a last point of supply, and last point of supply after the continuation towards the distribution phase and continuation towards markdown and the phase E. If you consider this entire structure on a Wyckoff schematics, then you will be able to understand that you are in the phase D, which is not reaccumulation. This area, most of the people think that this is a reaccumulation, and that's why they think that they want to push for the next high. If that is happening with respect to 4272 could be the rally. Now, how do we analyze, okay, this is not happening with respect to not just these charts. Even we have discussed the order flow, even we have discussed where is the orders left out. So you can clearly see that on a 15 minutes we have some sell side imbalance orders lying above the current liquidity areas. Most of the people before FOMC, what they do, they get into an entry and they keep the stop losses these zones. So what I'm trying to do is, that's why we don't have any order charts at the moment. So what I'm trying to do is, when we have the FOMC, keep the orders in the extreme ends like 4237, but accept the loss if 4250 above is a closure. So this is what I'll be planning if I'm looking for a short opportunities in the FOMC. But at the same time, if I'm looking for long opportunities, then I have to go bit more extreme scenario. Let me show you on a 4-hour time frame. There are solid buyers. Yeah, you can see that on a solid buyers right here. I think my chart is visible to everyone at 4146 to 4100 on CME futures, which means roughly 20 to 30 points down. So this particular zone, now we are trading at now we are at here. If you guys remember the last year's move, a massive dump happened, and then on the dump itself, market picked up, and that day itself they have the market have closed with respect to gold to going beyond this high. So I won't be surprised in the coming days if the right after the news event we could see a sharp sell-off, and buyers are able to pick it up from here and then pushing all the way towards all-time high. So this is the logical thesis which I have created for myself, and if this is playing out, I'm not sure whether this is going to play out or not. I'm not predicting the market, but if this is going to play out, then I would like to take a part of at least 50% of the movements, because in my opinion, most of the people say that you don't predict the market, you just try to go with the flow. But in order for you to be a winner and you to be a person who is trying to understand the structure, plan to win and prepare to win and expected to win should be the structure. So this is the plan. If this is playing out, I'll be trying to capture at least a 40 to 50 points, which is 500 pips on gold. That itself would be a massive trade for me. That's the plan for gold. Now if you have any questions, clarifications, we can discuss. If not, we will move ahead with the other assets like BTC. Yeah, looking at BTC, you might have seen the update like 94,842 was the highest range which we were looking for yesterday, and this is the maximum zone. That's why even I have kept my stop losses above this zone. Because of that, you can see a clear sell-off, and I'm looking for the same stop losses. But what if the stop loss is being hunt? Is there any possibility for the market to quickly change the direction? Yes, there is a possibility for all-time high. If this trade is not happening today, then I'll be changing my entire bias towards bullish scenarios for BTC, because we are at just beginning of this symmetrical triangle. So on gold, you might have seen already we are in a symmetrical triangle, and that is playing out, and we are at this phase, which is like after having a week of accumulation or the reaccumulation or the distribution phase have been completed on gold. But with respect to BTC, now it's just a beginning of the symmetrical triangle. Next 20 days market is trying to play out within this range, and once you are able to identify the pattern, so guys, imagine we are talking BTC at this stage, which is like 4009 levels where market was there. Even, you know, if you are able to identify the structural move, if it is similar pattern what gold has played out, now we are just here and I'm looking for a short opportunity towards the POI, which is the last attempt for this structure to prove me wrong. Okay, so you know what you're looking on the, you know, symmetrical triangle is not going to happen, because I'm ready to accept this view. If it is not going to happen, then I have a complete, you know, it could be for next 20 to 30 days, even for a quarter. This is the play which is going to happen every time when the market is trading anything below 98,000. We can look for opportunity to hold long, and anything above 112k we can look for opportunity to hold for short, and even profit booking and play out within this range when it is getting you know, smaller and smaller and coming back to a decision zone at 103 to 109. So this is the level I'll be looking for BTC in the upcoming days. So why short trade? When the riskier assets move, they move together. When gold is playing out distribution, then yes, BTC could also play another distribution and take out the even, you know, the low before the last November. So if you consider from last November to this November, then price have moved nowhere, but just manipulated towards upside and went all the way to 126. But on an average BTC, price is staying at where it was in the last year, or even 10 to 20% increase, we could say, if this is playing out, right? And finally, FTSE, similar way, I'm looking for all-time high after FOMC, like 10,123. Similar reason, we are right after the symmetrical triangle and solid consolidated breakout. Now we are at a retest. What I've seen with respect to gold and FTSE, if FTSE is pushing upside, which is inversely proportional to gold, sometimes I've seen, and let's say if it is happening for this day as well. Looking at USD JPY, already in the right rally were 155 plus, and now we are at 156.696, which I'm looking for 161. So based on whatever the discussions we have done, let's go to our terminal and place some of the orders. And after FOMC, we can also come back inside the community. So I'll be looking to place for anything below 4184 for a limit. Yeah, sorry. So this is the first entry, and I'm also looking for 4,236 for another limit entry. So two limit orders which I have with respect to my plan. Even if it's taking out, then I'll be looking for short, and I have another one which is for the long. So even though I have 40 points downside, which is like 4,081, 4186 would be my entry, and those targets will be kept accordingly. So which means for gold, these are all the orders which I have placed, and let's see if it is playing out. And that's it from me, I guess. So it's a short and quick one, but I think this makes sense because we don't want to force ourselves into a trade until and unless there is a major move is happening. But you know, if you guys have expected a live trading, then that's a disappointment today, because you know, every time we can't force ourselves, right? So the best way to do is, let's say, stay alert and wait for the news events and prepare yourself for the worst case scenarios. Don't get into the, you know, the spread trap. Usually that happens, so avoid those scenarios, and that's it.
Okay. So we need to find other things to talk about. What other markets can we look at? Maybe
You want to talk about
forex
something
markets
else?
or
Yeah.
okay. So if anyone wants us to have a look at any other charts, just let us know.
Yeah, the
TikTok,
cable we
have a
haven't
look at
discussed, right?
At the moment, seems put in some
Limit orders.
positions here.
Yeah.
So there they are. Some limit orders. But the markets are slow today because of the FOMC tonight. I mean, looking at the ES has gone back into another range. So we're looking at this on another chart at the moment. So let me just put this template up. So maybe get the ES up on that chart so they can see what we're talking about at least.
E-mini futures 500, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You're on 5 minutes?
Huh?
You're on 5 minutes?
Yeah, I'm on the 5-minute chart. Let me just try and get this all sorted. I'm in the process of actually trying to get this all onto the chart properly. So let's have a look here. Okay, so let me just turn off the ETH sessions so it gives us a bit of a clearer intent. So you see today, let me get rid of these. I know that these guys can't see it here, but I need to work on that so I can bring this screen up as well. So you can see from yesterday, the volume profile is still within the same volume profile, which moved away from the one the day before. So at the moment, if we stack these together, you can see at the moment we are kind of just below the POC. You can also see the 15-day composite. We're right in value as well. So there's not really much happening on the ES as well. But what I can tell you is if I put the delta on as well, yeah, I mean, it looks to me like it's probably going to be another ranging day, right, on the ES as well, right? So it's a bit volume and delta. Okay, there we go. Okay, so I mean, we can see a lot of mostly. You see, so I know that they can't see it, but so on the chart I'm looking at for the ES, it shows on the volume profile a lot of selling delta for the last 2 days. So that could be seen as maybe positive But then on the flip side, you can see the profile is more stacked towards the bottom. So that's giving us mixed signals. Not exactly what people want to hear. But I would say where the ES is at the moment, so exactly where price is at the moment, looks to be a point of high selling pressure. So maybe from this moment onwards, we can see a small bit of up move to just past the POC into the value area high, which would be at 68.65, and then maybe a range back down, right? Because you can clearly see that there's a lot of selling delta also at the top of this value area as well. So very mixed signals for today. Very mixed signals today, but I think, you know, we were probably expecting that anyway, right? So how's your trading compass thing going, Sinu?
Yeah, we haven't discussed about the compass, right? Yeah, okay. Thank you so much. Okay. 90% of the people lose 90% of their capital in the first 90 days.
Okay.
This is not a rhyming word. This is what actually happens in the market.
90.
That's what happens in the market, right?
Okay.
Could you please tell me why this happens and classify it in a major 3 important reasons why people lose money in the market?
I think, well, the first thing obviously would be the fact that, you know, if you're new to trading, you're starting to make all those mistakes that you need to make. Maybe your bias isn't correct. You know, so you know, a lot of trading is on sentiment and bias. You know, and marking up charts, and you know, and if that's not spot on, then you know your idea can be flawed before it begins, right? Especially if you're using stuff like, you know, ITC, ITC, and I always get mixed up.
That's
smart
fine.
money concepts and stuff like that. You know, it's you know, you're working on you know, probabilities that you need to make for yourself. Right?
Let me keep it in a very simple structure. One is the repeatable pattern or the strategy or the style which you want to use. That is the edge, right? You could be trading with Bollinger Bands, you could be trading with RSI, ICT, SMC, Wyckoff, you know, turtle soup, or the order flow, volume profile, anything. You're trying to find an edge, right? That could be anything. That could be the reason for people to fail. But this is just one part of the game, right? Other major 2 important parts are like trading psychology, and the risk management.
Okay.
But imagine if you have a parallel space to trading, where you're not connected with your emotions, you're not associated with respect to your trading psychology. You don't have to worry at all because there is no money involved in it. This is completely purely for the education, and what you are doing is you are going to the trading compass, right? And on the compass you are analyzing the charts with respect to you know, the time frames like 5, 15, 1 hour, 4 hour, daily and weekly. And then you are going to do an update with respect to, let's say, if I assume the 4 hours, I'm initiating a position.
Oh, hang on, we can't understand. The audio is double. What, as in that there's like an echo? Right, one sec, let me have a look at this situation. So what on earth is going on here? Why would the audio be double? So are you saying that there's an echo, or what is it that you're saying? If there is, where would that be coming? I can hear someone talking, but no one talking. Okay. Right, okay, let me have a look at the audio settings here to see if I can work out what exactly is going on. Let me just do this.
Christmas always brings out minus.
Let me just 1 second. I'm going to check it out on
Alive itself, isn't it?
Yeah, because it was okay yesterday. Hello, hello.
Christmas always brings out minus.
Okay, well, I mean, it seems fine from my side, so maybe it's it'll be echoing now because I'm playing it on my phone. Okay, anyway, you carry on.
Yeah,
and
so
I'll see if I
basically
can
what you
sort this
have to
out.
do is you have to just update your journal as if whether you are looking to long, short, and what is your confidence, what is your entry, stop loss, and everything. Once you update that, automatically what happens, the system cross checks your performances with respect to how are you performing on, let's say, with respect to each asset. Like, okay, are you good at 15 minutes, are you good at daily, are you good at hourly, are you good at 4 hours or a 5 minutes or a weekly basis, which means you will be able to understand whether you're good at scalping, intraday, momentum, or positional. Because the 90% of the people, they don't know what is actually happening with respect to what they have to change in order to succeed in the market. So that problem will be solved if you are using the compass, and if you are able to get at least that 90% losses to half percentage, like a 45%, then that makes a massive differences.
You have to keep talking so I can fix it, man.
It's done.
What?
you know I mean, like, I have updated, so offset time you're come on.
Go on, say something.
Yeah, so we were talking about they'll be able to understand which time frame the trader is performing better, which day of the week they are able to perform it better, which asset specialization, let's say, are they good at Nasdaq, BTC, gold. They'll be able to understand that as well, and finally they'll be able to see, okay, whether they have entered early to the market or late to the party, or it was correct or incorrect. Each and every details they'll be able to understand.
I'm
it.
listening.
So guys, so that's the update from me. Let's see till the FOMC, because I don't want to drag it for a couple of minutes, waste your time. So those who have already watched the session, let's wait for the update about the FOMC, and it's just 6 hours from now, and from there we'll take it forward.
This is way off.
Way off.
Oh, hang on. It's getting a bit better now. Okay, go on. Talk now. I reckon we've sorted it out.
Yeah. So thank you so much for everyone watching the video, and I think you guys can go through the discussion points, and if you have any questions, clarifications, feel free to reach out in our community so that we'll be able to get back to you. Thank you, and we are signing off.
That's it.
That's it.
That's a quick one today. At least I managed to fix the audio
online.
I mean, most people would do it, you know,
offline after.
like
Yeah,
that,
but because you know tomorrow we don't want to make a mistake, or I think Jerry and Chris is going live, right, in the evening.
So
so
tonight.
update that.
Hang on, oh my god, I'm listening to this now, and I'm hearing it 5 times in a row. So Jerry and Chris tonight on the Telegram group.
Yeah.
So feel free to join the Telegram group. Link will be in the bio, and they will be taking you through the whole thing and seeing if there's any moves worth trading on.
It's worth watching, guys, because you'll be able to see the commentary from the experienced traders as well, but at the same time they'll be not only looking for technical data, they'll be also looking for the dot plot. Actually, what I've seen last time, they just tear it apart, each and every topic, and then explain to you in layman terms, like, okay, what you have to do. And
I mean, even if there's no moves for this one, then it could be good for further ones, for you to have that knowledge going into it, for ones that maybe are more relevant,
That's fine.
Okay. All right, cool. Well, happy days. Thank you,
everyone.
Meeks, for pointing out that we were way off, and you were correct. I found the setting in OBS, not sure why it had reverted back to the normal situation, but alas, it is fixed now. Thank you very much, and have a good day.
Thank you, everyone. Take care.